Hello YouTube and welcome to another Chinese drama review, and today we're going to talk about Demon Girl follows
Mi Quinchen,
who's a dancer in Shanghai, half demon, but she doesn't know it yet, along with the father-daughter mad scientist duo who are trying to prove that demons exist. It's a period piece, but I'm not quite sure where it's set. There's things like guns and cars and things like that, but there's a cool balance between like that technology and what I would say is like very traditional clothing. So aesthetically it's got a really cool look. I don't know how else to put it. The show is trash. Don't take offense to that if you liked it, because so did I. But you can't argue with the fact that this series feels like a bad romance novel. Its narrative meanders all over the place. Like, you could have cut at least 5 episodes from this series and the plot, like the overall plot, would have been exactly the same. So in that respect, Demon Girl can be quite slow. Sometimes it can be boring just because it goes off on these side tangents and side storylines that if you just shaved them down, they have no consequence to the core story. The fight scenes are so bad. Like, if you take them as a joke, like I eventually did, they're kind of fun, they're kind of funny. It's bad wire work and bad choreography, and then throw in they have like magical powers. It's just bad. The villains are overacted. They come off as very cartoonish. They even have like an evil laugh, which is way too overdone. It's like every scene that one of the antagonists are in, they'll do an evil cackle, and it gets old really quick. They also have like crazy gadgets that make no sense, by the way. The plot is also extremely convenient and it's very predictable. There were definitely moments where I thought, okay, if they want to make this extremely easy for the characters, this will happen, but in real life this would probably happen, and every time they took the easy way. Also, the main romance did feel rushed. Now, despite all of that, I had a really fun time watching the show, and it's probably because of 2 main reasons. The first is, like I mentioned earlier, like the show, even though you can tell it's on a set, it is visually pleasing. Like, there's nothing wrong with the costumes and there's nothing wrong with the direction or the cinematography. So it's not like an affront to watch. And the second reason is the characters are actually really well-rounded and likable. The main female lead herself can be a little stereotypical of a female lead, being that she's hardworking, kind-hearted, sticks to her morals, like puts everybody else first, like that kind of character, except for the fact that because she's so ingrained like that, that actually causes flaws for her, or people will manipulate that naive aspect of her, so it made it feel more real, and because of that I kind of forgave that about her. Now, for the main male lead, there's not actually a lot to say about him. If you imagine a white knight kind of character, that's who you're gonna get. He's even a police chief, so I don't know really his interests or his ambitions or goals or anything like that beyond wanting to be with the female lead. And he often sacrifices a lot for her and their relationship. And because their relationship seemed to happen really quickly, those kinds of sacrifices tend to fall a little flat. But for overall purposes, I thought they were really cute together. I actually much preferred the second male lead just because he's flawed, and I love flawed characters. However, he gets benched for a good middle part of the show, which to me, that middle part was where the show really got off track, the plot meandered a lot, and overall it was just the most boring aspect of the show. Now for antagonists or villains, I'm only going to talk about the second female lead, and at first she's not really presented as a villain, she's just kind of a rival for main female lead and her romance interest. But even that, she's really fleshed out and has clear motivations and goals and desires beyond romance that I still really liked her, even when she turned to like the dark side and started evil cackling and all that stuff. So in conclusion, I'm really torn on this show. Objectively, it's trash. It's not good. Like 1 out of 5 stars range. But if you embrace it for what it is, being like a cliche romance novel, there's a lot of fun to be had here. And now that I've found out that there's a second season, which I'm really surprised about, probably because with K-dramas you like never get a second season, but I'm finding out pretty quick that with Chinese dramas it's more of like what we're used to in the West, where you have multiple seasons. And now that I know that Demon Girl has a season 2, when I'm in the mood for a trashy romance, I'll probably watch it. Like, let's be honest, I'm gonna watch it. Alright, so that's it for me. I'm Marie. Have a good day. Have a good night. Bye!